Hi guys, Peter here. Welcome back to Thailand Bound. Little bit of an unscheduled video here. I just thought I'd upload this one today because I've just watched a video that I was quite impressed with on YouTube. As you know, I'm a big fan of Trevor Buzzin Patty. I love his channel and I like his content. And I've just watched one of his videos. It was about 30 minutes long actually. And he was talking about the girlfriend experience. So guys who are a little bit older, you know, maybe around my age, who are single, divorced, whatever. And they go to a town like Pattaya and they go for a vacation for a few weeks, but then they don't necessarily, they want some female company, but they don't necessarily want to go bar hopping on a nightly basis. And Trevor was offering advice on things not to get caught out with, you know, the right way to do it. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, people will say guys who go over and have vacations like this are a little bit seedy. You know, they're not. They're just enjoying the end of their lives rather than, as Trevor put it, sitting in a workingman's club in England or wherever they come from. And he was generally giving you some tips that, you know, if you wanted to hook up with a girl for a week or 2 weeks, he was just going through the steps of the way to do it, the sensible way to do it. So after watching that video, which I totally agreed on all the points he brought up in that video, it was a very, very good video. And if, especially for newbies, if somebody hasn't been to a town like Pattaya before and they're thinking of going after all this, what's going on at the moment is finished, then it is a very good learning curve for somebody who's never been there before if they watch that video. So why am I making a video today? Good question. So one of my early videos, I think it was one of my really first videos, maybe 2 years ago. It hasn't had a lot of viewings because it was when I didn't have any subscribers. I maybe had, you know, 20, 30 subscribers. Obviously, I'm getting towards the 20,000 mark now. And I think it was quite a good video. And I'd like to, based on what Trevor's video was about that I watched today, I thought it'd be a great follow-up video if I uploaded again this video that I uploaded 2 years ago. And why do I think it's a good idea is because in that video that I made 2 years ago, it was, I think it's 20 points that I was trying to explain how to find out if your Thai girlfriend had actually been working in bars or working in the entertainment industry. But she's telling you she's a straight girl, and these were clues to look out for. And I think this is a very good video to follow up after Trevor's video. You'll see from the video, you'll know it's one of my early ones because I'm a lot leaner here. I look a little bit younger, and there's no nice backdrop behind me. Like I said, it was one of my very early videos, maybe my first. But it is a good video. There's 20 points in there, and it's just, you know, guys who go to, say, Bangkok, they might meet a girl in a mall or they might meet a girl out on the street. They don't necessarily meet this girl in a bar or a go-go bar or something like that. So because they've met them in a mall, they automatically assume that they're, you know, totally straight. They've never been in that kind of a business. And what this video that I'm uploading again today does, it gives you pointers, clues to look out for to try and catch her out if she has really been in that business before and she's kind of pulling your leg and saying, hey, look, you know, I've never done anything like that in my life. So I hope you enjoy these 20 points and maybe you can leave some comments at the end and tell me what you think.
สวัสดีค่ะ
There's another situation you might find yourself in, and that is that you've met a Thai girl which you believe isn't a bar girl, or she's never been a bar girl. But very often, unfortunately, this is a case. You might meet a girl away from the entertainment zones, and the fact is she's still working in a bar, or she used to work in a bar, and basically because you didn't meet her in the entertainment zone, you haven't got a clue as to her past. So I've put together a list of 20 points which are basically hints at how you can find out if she is working in a bar or she was working in a bar. If the answer is yes to most of these questions, then basically you've got to ask yourself, guys, you know, is your girlfriend actually being sincere and do you really know the truth about her? So I'll jump straight in. Number one, the first thing to ask yourself is, did your Thai girlfriend approach you in the street or in a bar or in a restaurant? Did she come up to you and actually say hello, where are you from, that sort of thing? Because basically a regular Thai girl wouldn't do that. They're too shy, and there's no way on this earth that a regular Thai girl would approach a stranger and start talking to them, especially a foreigner. So if your girlfriend approached you without ever being introduced, then that's kind of a sign. That's one of the signs that she might have been exposed to the entertainment side of things in Bangkok or Pattaya or wherever. Number two, does she smoke? Now again, I'm going to keep saying regular Thai girls because this is the difference between regular Thai girls and girls who work in the bars and what have you. Now, regular girls, they don't generally smoke. It's frowned upon by Thai society. It's not polite. And generally, I suspect if you do, the ones who do smoke, they probably do it in secret behind closed doors. Perhaps now, I'm getting on a little bit. Perhaps the younger generation, it's changing slightly, but generally, speaking, it's quite common knowledge that regular Thai girls don't smoke, but a lot of the bar girls do smoke. So again, another sign there. Number 3, we've got tattoos. Now, does your girlfriend have tattoos? Now, the biggest one to look out for is a butterfly tattoo. If you've never been to Thailand before, one of the most common questions you'll get asked is, are you a butterfly? And what that generally means is, do you hop from bar to bar, girl to girl, that sort of thing. And a lot of the girls, they basically put this tattoo on themselves. I don't know why, but that's a sure sign. If she's got tattoos, again, generally Thai girls don't have tattoos, but especially a butterfly tattoo, you need to ask the question. Number 4, when you met your girlfriend, whatever environment it was in, was she alone? And what I mean by that is the Thais are generally very social people. They don't generally go out alone unless it's, say, a lunch break and they have to nip out for some food. Obviously, that's there's not a lot you can do about that. But if you've gone into a nightclub, even a regular Thai nightclub, and there's a girl sitting at a table with a drink on her own, that's very suspect, guys. Good Thai girl from a good family, they just wouldn't do it. So again, that's another sign. Does your girlfriend tell you that she doesn't like Thai men? I don't really need to elaborate on that one too much. That's self-explanatory. In at number 6 already, money. This subject will come up a few times, but basically, is she always asking for money? Okay, so everybody needs money to live on. There's nothing wrong with giving a girlfriend a budget, a weekly budget, a monthly budget. Obviously, if you're taking her out, you'll pay for food, you'll pay for drinks, taxis, that sort of thing. But what you'll find with the bar girls who are pretending not to be bar girls, as it were, they're always asking for money. It's, there's always something that comes up, and you'll find it's on a daily basis. And if you give into it and you just give them whatever you want, then you'll be out of pocket big time, guys. But it is a good sign that if she's constantly asking for money, then she's either working in a bar or she was a bar girl. When you go out and you meet her friends, do they have foreign boyfriends? Do they all have foreign boyfriends? Now, I'm not saying it's unusual for a Thai lady to have a foreign boyfriend or a foreign husband, not at all. But, if all of your girlfriend's friends, if every single one of them near enough has a foreigner as a boyfriend or a close friend or a husband, then, you've got to ask yourself, where have these girls met these guys? It's just another sign that you can tick off your list. Number 8. Now, there's about 3 points here regarding to phones. So the first point is number 8. Is she always on her phone, in particular WhatsApp or Line? WhatsApp is big in Europe. In Thailand, Line is a popular social media app. They've all got it on their phones. I use WhatsApp in the UK, but when I go to Thailand, I switch to Line just because hardly anybody uses WhatsApp. But if she's got a lot of social media icons on there and she's always on her phone, that's not a great sign either. And that'll tie in with number 9, which is she constantly on her phone? So the Thais nowadays are always on their phone. It don't matter where they work. You can see them in the streets, on the buses, that sort of thing. They're like any especially young people, they're just always on their phone. But if you go out for a meal with your Thai girlfriend and you can't see the phone, you're sitting opposite her and she's just constantly texting, and when you ask her who she's speaking to, she's a little bit evasive, that's another bad sign, guys. If she's always on her phone. The other thing is, it's not a very nice thing to do, but sometimes it's necessary. If she's in the shower and you pick up her phone, and if it's not password protected, you can obviously check the apps. And if she's got lots of foreign men saved in her social media apps, that's another good sign, because where did she meet these guys? And if you asked her about it, she'll come out with a very convincing story. But no normal regular Thai girl is going to have lots and lots of foreign men saved on her social media apps.
สถานีต่อไปนานา Next station, Nana.
Is she comfortable with kissing, holding hands, public displays of affection? Regular Thai girls, again, they don't do it. I mean, in Thai society, they're not. That's something that's done in private. They don't show affection in public. If you have a girlfriend and she's got absolutely no problem kissing you in the street, holding hands, hugging you, that's another very strong sign that she's she's not a regular Thai girl. Number 12 already. Again, this one relates to money. Now, what is very common is they'll, especially with new guys who haven't got a clue, they'll give you a story about, there's always a story about a family member who's in dire straits. They have an emergency and they need funds. It could be anywhere from the buffalo dying or sick to the brother's motorbike has broke down and they haven't got the money to repair it. The mother's very sick and they haven't got the money for medicine. It's just constant stories, I mean, constant excuses to ask you for money. If this is something that happens quite often, she's just asking you for money for family members, and again, guys, it's not normal. You should be able to work that out without me telling you. If somebody's constantly asking for big amounts of money for motorbikes, hospital bills, things along that nature, then common sense should tell you something's not right. Again, we've touched on this, and where did you meet her? We talked about a club or a restaurant, something like that, but this is an even stronger one. So basically, did you meet her, your girlfriend, did you meet her in or around an entertainment zone? So what I mean by that, guys, is say somewhere like Nana Plaza. Outside they have a lot of this street food, the little restaurants and things like that. Now, if your girlfriend was sitting having a meal right at the entrance to Nana Plaza, well, the fact that she's at that location, that should be another one that basically alerts you. Again, that's common sense. I can't see anybody not picking up on that one. Her friends. So when you're out and about with your girlfriend and you meet her friends, who are they? Do they work in the entertainment zones? Do they work in the bars, clubs, go-go bars, that sort of thing? If all her friends work in entertainment zones or similar sort of places, you've got to ask the question, where did she meet these girls? Yeah, it could be argued she's known them from school, but if they've all come down from different provinces in Isan or the north of Thailand, then it's very unlikely. Again, a good indicator that she has some history in the bars. We're up to number 15 already. Okay, so if your girlfriend, when you met her, she didn't appear to have a job, she's not really educated, but she seems to have a lot of expensive things. So she's got a nice bag. I mean, even fake bags these days in Thailand, good fake bags, convincing fake bags. I mean, they're not cheap, especially, for a regular Thai. They're not pennies. I mean, they're quite expensive. I've bought one or two of them in the past and they set me back a bit. If she's got the latest iPhone, if she's, she just has a lot of expensive things. That's another good indicator that she's getting money from somewhere, or she's had a lot of money from somewhere. And again, on the education front, number 16, if she speaks English very, very well, but she doesn't appear to have had a formal education or any kind of teaching to learn the English language, then, again, why does she speak very, very good English if she's never worked in the bars or she's never had contact with foreigners? Your girlfriend doesn't seem to value traditional Thai culture. That's another good indicator. If you go out of the major cities and especially into the more rural areas, I mean, the culture's still very, very strong. If you've got a girlfriend who doesn't value the Thai culture, then I would be very suspicious of that one as well. We're up to number 18 already, and this one is gold. Does she wear a lot of gold? Again, it goes back to, she doesn't have a job, she doesn't seem to be very educated, but she's got a lot of gold, big heavy chains, bracelets, rings. I know from experience in the past, these girls who work in the bars, they don't really bank money. They see gold as it's almost like ready cash. So if they have a good month and they've got money left over, rather than stick it under the bed or in a bank, what they tend to do is buy gold. That serves two purposes. Number one, it shows the other girls that they're doing well and it gives them face. And what I mean by that is it makes them look like they're doing very, very well. So by displaying wealth on their bodies. It just shows other people that they're popular and they're doing well. And the second point for having a lot of gold is it is instant cash. It's only 24 karat gold in Thailand. They don't really deal with 22 or as low as 9 that we have in the UK. And basically you'll get the gold is obviously a commodity, so you'll get the current gold price if you want to sell it. So if a girl's got a 10,000 baht necklace and she finds in a month or two it's a bit quiet in low season, she can't pay her rent, she can simply take off this gold chain, go to the nearest gold shop, and they'll give her cash across the counter. So that's another reason why they like to retain a lot of gold. And that brings us right to the last point, which is number 20. Is she loud in public? She sees a friend, will she scream and shout and holler, wave from a distance, or is she very discreet? Regular Thai people, they don't raise their voice, they don't make a spectacle of themselves. If they greet another Thai, it's very calm, and they wouldn't shout from one end of the street to the other. So if your girlfriend has got no problem with doing that, then that's again another sign that she might have been working in another environment. So guys, that's my top 20 things to look out for if your girlfriend might have been a bar girl or she was associated with the entertainment zones. Really, if you're fairly new to Thailand, it's just to give you a basic idea what to look for, the signs to look for. If you've got any suspicions at all, hopefully you won't tick off any of those points that I've raised on the list. Most of the girls in Thailand don't work in them sort of places. I hope this video has been helpful. If you've got any comments, please leave them below. But until the next time, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching as always.